late into November. They usually change colors and fall down in October. But this year we've had a late fall. To get some of our roles filled, Arnav, are you the grammarian today?
He doesn't even know. Yeah, pick up the
Cora. Cora. Yeah, he'll get it.
Okay, I'll try my best.
You be grammarian, can you explain your role?
As a grammarian, I'll be counting ums and any good uses of English.
Okay, thank you. And for timer, Debbie, would you explain your role?
Yes. In Toastmasters, everything is timed, and the reason is because anytime you're asked to speak, whether it's at a formal meeting or whatever, you're always given a time limit. There are some people who don't like time limits. But in Toastmasters, it's necessary, and the same thing goes all over the world. So there's always a minimum, a middle, and a maximum. Most speeches are 5 to 7 minutes, but we'll always ask the speaker how long they want. If so, then the green comes up at 5 when you've reached your minimum, the yellow comes up in the middle, and the red comes up when you reach your end time, but you still have 30 seconds to wrap up. This caught me when we had a contest because I wasn't quite finished. I had a couple more words to say, and as a result, I exceeded the time and I was not able to continue in the contest. Table topics are 1 to 2 minutes and evaluations are 2 to 3. But you'll see as we go along. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you. And shall we do table topics at the end of the speech?
We should do table topics, yes.
Okay.
Do we have,
And who do we have for table topics? Debbie, are you gonna fill in?
oh, sure,
Okay.
why not?
And I will be general evaluator. The general evaluator evaluates the meeting and calls on the time of the speakers and the evaluators in the evaluation. Barbara, you're gonna be our speaker today. What's the title?
Purpose.
Purpose. Okay, how many minutes?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, okay. And who,
Rob, can you also evaluate Barbara?
Yes.
okay,
Okay,
you are
I'll
so
give
loud.
you a sheet you can use. Okay,
Okay, so we're gonna have our speaker, Barbara Altman, gonna come up and give her speech today.
and
5 to 7 minutes, the title is Purpose.
yeah, we always give encouragement.
Thank you, Barbara.
Purpose. I have the privilege of working in a nursing home, doing music therapy. I just started something unique or different with the residents. I will sit with them for maybe a half an hour, rotating discussion and music. One of the discussions that I did, I think it was Thursday, was on the quote, "There are 2 most important days in your life. The day you were born and the day that you find out why you were born. What is your purpose?" Today I'm going to talk about 2 prominent people, both who survived the Holocaust. Viktor Frankl and Corrie ten Boom. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist prior to and after the Holocaust. He lived the experience of Auschwitz. He had written a book, and I'm sorry, I didn't look up the book title. I'm gonna look that up so I can order it and read it. But basically, the book was about finding your life purpose. When he was incarcerated in Auschwitz, the Nazis negated his book. It was taken out of publication. The original copy was torn apart. It was no more. When he was liberated, he sat down. He must have had an incredible mind, because he sat down and he rewrote the book from memory. So now it's out there. And again, I don't know the title, but the author is Viktor Frankl. He spent time with the guests, we will call them, of Auschwitz. He would ask them one by one, what is your purpose? Who do you want to see once we are liberated? Do you want to reconnect with your wife or your husband? Do you want to reconnect with your children? And of course, nobody knew whether anybody was alive still, but he would question them and he would engage them and try to get them involved in some sort of reason for wanting to live in those horrible circumstances. After the war, he was credited with saving the lives of over 20,000 Polish women who had lost their purpose. He did this with his writings and with his speech, with his speaking, because many of them wanted to commit suicide. But he fired up their purpose with his message. The second person I want to talk about is Corrie ten Boom. Corrie ten Boom and the ten Boom family. The ten Boom family were credited with saving the lives of 9 Jews that they hid in their home. She lost her sister to the Holocaust. She lost her father to the Holocaust. She was filled with rage because of what had happened to her family in the Holocaust. Her sister Betsy begged her that if we are liberated, she begged her to preach a message of forgiveness. Her purpose was born out of trauma. That's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes you can have a traumatic event, a sad event, and in that you find your reason for being, your reason for a passion for life. After the war, she went around preaching about the value of forgiveness. The story goes that one of the guards, I think she was at Bergen-Belsen, one of the guards who had humiliated her, who had denigrated her, who had tortured her, appeared at one of her speeches. And he came up to her, and at first she was full of rage at him. But he apologized to her. He said that he had come to Christ since that experience, and he asked her for her forgiveness. And he held out his hand, and she said that when she connected with him and she took his hand, there was a charge that went through her. She was able to forgive him. She told him he was forgiven. And that empowered her to do more teaching on the power of forgiveness. I'm going to ask you this. What in your life has given you your purpose? What event, you don't have to tell me, just think it, what event in your life has given you purpose? What motivates you to keep going? What motivates you to stoke the fires of wanting to live? That's my question for the day. Find your purpose.
Thank you, Barbara.
Oh, I always forget this part.
So to give our evaluator time to evaluate Barbara's speech, we'll go into table topics. And Debbie will, table topics is short extemporaneous speaking. You have 1 to 2 minutes to respond to a question from the table topics master. And we'll go to our table topics master, Debbie.
Thank you. It's up to you if you want to participate, but I'll ask some of the other people. What is it that when you were a child, you envisioned yourself doing when you were an adult? Glennon.
Thank you. This table topics master. What did I envision to do while I was a child? That had to be, I loved the show Emergency. They would have the paramedics and the fire department and the police. So I always wanted to become a firefighter, a paramedic, or a police officer. And then later I wanted to become a baseball player. And I actually tried out for 3 professional baseball teams when I was in high school. But I'm here and I got cut, so I didn't make it. But it was great to reach my dream. I never became a firefighter, police officer, or paramedic, but I respect those professions immensely. And that's all I have. Thank you,
That's
Debbie.
great. Thank you, Glennon. It's always an interesting question. When I was a little girl, I used to play office. I was fascinated by receipt books and paper clips and those kinds of things. And after high school, I did work in an office for quite a number of years. So I did grow up to be what I envisioned. Okay. This question's for Barbara.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Barbara, you were talking about relationships, about the different people in the family, and you mentioned yourself being the lost one. Why?
I have a story about that. I told this at an Al-Anon meeting Wednesday night. Yes, I was the lost child. They couldn't find me. I was invisible. I come from an alcoholic family. My father was an alcoholic, and that was extremely painful. Very, very, very painful. I became very quiet, very non-communicative. I had a flat affect. And it frustrated me for years until I finally read a book, 60 to 90 Seconds to Convince Them. And in 2 weeks, it all changed. Which talks about the power of the positive. Now my father, on the other hand, was the scapegoat. He was the one who got all the DWIs and just kind of floundered through life until he met his fifth wife, and then he settled down. But I was lost. Barbara Blue, oh, that one over there who doesn't talk. When I was in the 8th grade, and I mean I was really quiet. choir practice, and Sister Amabulas, that's the name that's hard to forget. Sister Amabulas put me out of choir because I was talking. So I was crying. She sent me down to the principal's office. I was crying 2 weeks before graduation, and I was sure that they weren't going to let me graduate and I couldn't go to high school. That's what I thought as I was walking into the principal's office, still crying. And Sister Marie looked at me and she said, well, what are you doing here? I was never the troublemaker. I was never the one who created waves. And she looked confused. And I said, Sister Amabulas caught me talking. And she started to smile. For years, I couldn't figure out the double message. They had me for 4 years at Annunciation School because I went from 4th grade to 8th grade. And I finally talked. So she was happy. And this is what she said to me. Well, don't you ever do that again! Well, don't you ever do that again! She was just so happy, and she had to say something disciplinary, so she wanted me not to do that again. Big smile on her face. And she probably thought, thank heaven we thought she was mute. Yeah, I was the lost child.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Usually table topics are a little shorter, but it's okay. You know, we have time.
Yeah, I forgot.
And there's speeches in there where you're talking about the different members of the
Yes, I was
family.
just thinking that.
So you'll have to give us a speech about that kind of thing. Gaurav, tell us about a holiday tradition that you had when you were growing up, at any stage of your life. And any holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever.
Holiday, traditions. It's entirely different there in India. Means it's not like Florida beaches, amusement parks. So mostly people what they do, and especially when I'm talking about in my young age, at that time the country was not so developed, so bright. There are beaches, Mumbai, Goa. I can say that's the most significant. And other things that there are a couple of great places. Kashmir, that's Pir Panjal. It's a gateway to the Himalayas. It's not Himalayas. Himalayas are very rugged, very high. So Kashmir is very beautiful place, and it's gateway to the Himalayas. You just feel it. You don't go to a very rugged train and struggle. It's not like that. So that's beautiful place. And then the down south Kerala, where you have the backwaters. So but I talk about the holiday traditions. So there are few good places, but most of the people, what they were doing, they were going to the parks or they were going to the temple. So people used to take their family, go 500 kilometers away to a temple. And I was thinking, every time I come to the same place, whether it's a 500 kilometer or 700 kilometers, it's same. So it was then going to the temple, that age, it was not too exciting, I guess, because it's too much of trouble, and visiting temple. You can visit temple 5 kilometers. Why you go 500 kilometers then? But within in 2 or 3 years of time frame, people make a bigger plan. Go to Kerala, Kashmir. Oh yeah, that part I love. So.
All right, well, thank you. It's one thing about Toastmasters, we learn about other cultures, we learn a lot about each other, and sometimes people don't know what to speak about, but we never tell you what to speak about. We just give you a general title, let you fill in the blanks. And you don't have to say everything in one speech, you can just tell us a little bit. So I'm just curious, forgive me, I forget your name.
Akil?
Akil, okay, thank you. What brought you here today?
Oh, you want me to say here or?
Yeah, you can stand right there, but stand up, okay?
What brought me here today is because I want to improve my communication, my public speaking. I was referred, many years ago when I was in high school, that I had a good voice and that Toastmasters will be a suitable place for me to develop my speaking. And I never took that opportunity. I never acted upon it until now. And that's why I'm here to.
Well, we're glad you are. Thank you for coming. Okay. Robert, do you want to participate or no?
No,
No, that's okay. You don't have to. Robert's here accompanying me today, but he's. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Debbie, for the table topics, great topics. And now this is the general evaluator part of the meeting. We have Gaurav who's gonna evaluate Barbara Altman's speech. Gaurav, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, come on up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav.
So Barbara, I'm evaluating your speech third time, I remember, and every time I'm surprised. And I can say one thing very clear: that this speech was better than the previous ones. And why I say it, first thing is the body language. Earlier, there was a common mistake, and but today you have not tied your hands at any time.
Started to do it and changed it.
So and I loved your enthusiasm or your voice clarity. And I noticed even if the room is full of audience, the voice is clear, audible to everybody, and use the space, and you have seen all the corners of this room. So your body language, voice clarity, and it's truly recommendable. Commendable, I'd say. The reason is you have enthusiasm. You are doing well. That's really great, and you use the right very beautiful way to speak, or you have used very good sentences, value of forgiveness, power of positive. And it's not only you spoke about it, you explained about it. So the speech was prepared well and delivered. And my challenge is today, what to say, the area of improvement. That's because there are very less space, but there's always some space for area of improvement. What I can say, you can even further improve your body language, because this is the area you can continue to keep improving. Otherwise, I loved your speech. It was clear, audible, use of the good language, explanation, and voice clarity. It was all good.
Thank you. Can I add something to that?
Yes.
I don't think I needed to say that I don't know the title of Viktor Frankl's book.
That's fine. That's
So,
Yeah.
A Man's Search for Meaning?
Huh?
Something like that.
Man's
A
Search
Man's
for
Search
Meaning, yeah, that's the name of the book.
A Man's Search for Meaning?
A Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the name of the book.
But that's okay. You said about that. you are unable to recall, that's okay.
Yeah, and I think I might use the word purpose a few too many times. So I
No, that's
changed it
okay.
right there. Anyway, it was fine.
Thank you, Gaurav. And now we'll turn the meeting back over.
Now give your evaluation.
Oh, wait a
of the
minute, I
meeting.
missed the meeting. Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people today. I think that's great for a Sunday. And we did great table topics. We had a great speech by Barbara. Went all around, and we had a guest today, Akil. Akil, what did you think about the meeting?
I think the meeting is well organized, formal, it's structured, and things that I really enjoy.
All right, great.
Good.
Great. And now I'll turn the meeting over to the Toastmaster, and that's me, the Toastmaster. We now return control to Debbie, our presiding officer.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Glennon.
You.
And that's what we're able to do. We fill in, we start out with an agenda and hopefully we get the people to fill it. If not, we all take a roll and proceed. So we make it work and you have to be flexible. At this time, if you turn the agenda over to the back side, I've got a space there for the next meeting. There's gonna be, you know what? Yeah, November 23rd is the next meeting, because we meet the second and fourth Sunday. Okay, so,
I'll be Toastmaster.
you wanna be Toastmaster? Good. And you can take as many roles as you want.
Okay.
Gaurav, what do you wanna do next meeting?
Okay, I will speak.
You're gonna speak very
Okay.
good. Is your son okay?
Yes.
Okay, we miss him not being here. Okay. I'll speak also.
Okay.
Barbara, what do you wanna do?
Toastmaster?
Glennon's gonna be Toastmaster.
Oh, that's, Marianne.
Okay,
I'll be an evaluator.
good. I'm gonna put you down to evaluate me.
Oh, okay.
I hope you'll join us again at the next meeting, and, I have, the first speech we give is called an icebreaker. For 4 to 6 minutes, you just tell us something about yourself. Doesn't have to be birth to where you are today, you just choose something. And there is a, template that you can use just to give you ideas about what to say. Can I interest you in giving your icebreaker at the next meeting?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. And if you'll fill out that card, I'd appreciate it, because I want your phone number and your email. And I'll also, on the membership, vice president membership, I'll also give you a, application, okay? All right, so, I know I gave you a task to fill that out, but what did you think about the meeting?
What I think about the meeting?
Yeah, was it what you expected, or?
I didn't have any expectations. I just know that people will be coming up, like, speaking about different topics. I didn't know about, grammarians and the timer and different cards,
Okay,
but this is definitely something that.
good, sounds good. All right, well, glad to have you with us. Gaurav, I didn't call on you for a grammarian report. Did you know, you did say a few things about Barbara. She had some good, things to say. Have you noticed anything else?
I didn't count the R and Ms, I didn't notice actually. And if there are any, I might be the culprit.
Okay,
So, good language, I heard it's good. only thing is, we didn't use the word of the day.
No, we
discreetly.
didn't. We didn't introduce it or use it, but you're right. So that's something that we do, Achilles, that we try to introduce the word of the day, and it's usually on the bottom, and then we try to use it. Whether in the table topic or whatever, just help us increase our vocabulary.
So,
Okay, but you're absolutely right, you caught that. Okay, and again, it was a short meeting, but it was a good meeting, because we did everything we set out to do. Any comments, Robert?
Ah, you did good.
Okay. And by the way, Barbara, you spoke for 6 minutes and 42 seconds, and I did not time the, table topics, because I was too involved in that. Thank you so much, Glenn.